at their booths. So we are doing everything to safely comply with not only what Sarasota County is requiring of us, but what we believe is the responsible. As some of you have heard, I'm really concerned about volunteers. I have knocked the volunteer list down as far as I can possibly knock it down. I think that given the not able to volunteer, either because they are 65 vaccine or others work more than one shift. I know, as usual, I will be there and Barbie will be there all day long, all Saturday and all Sunday. I am encouraging those who are able to please volunteer for, not only one shift, but as many as you can. And if you have family to volunteer, that would be great. I have a volunteer list here with me. If you are able present to sign up, give me a call. We can get you on that list. The other thing we will do is, with Deb's help, get that list out to everybody via email. But I can't stress enough how important it is. We've got to have volunteers. We've got to have people who can pass out posters and put signs in their yards. Some of us already have signs from last year. I have posters here with me, and I am more than happy. And Barbara Leviton says the same thing. She will drive posters signs around to people who cannot pick them up personally because they need to be put out. I think that's about. I'm going to be crying for help for a while, so get used to it.
But it's kind of like that every year, though.
I know, but that's okay. This year is much worse.
So as soon as Carol gets that list to me, I'll send it out in a link on the email, and maybe Tracy and I can put our heads together and come up with a way that you can actually sign up through that link.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Great,
Oh, that would be great.
Great, thanks.
One.
Great. Blaze just said that he would be happy to use his business as a pickup place for signs. We're also going to have, we have t-shirts from last year. And I think what I'm going to do with those is bring one of every size into this meeting, and Ed and I can model them or something. So people who want to
Break out the
buy a
highlight.
t-shirt can buy a t-shirt.
Awesome. All right. And we'll keep you posted as new updates come out on that. Also, we've been doing our troops packaging. We have received an overwhelming support from Dollar General over by Brad's office. Thank you, Brad, for that. And I think we have about 40 plus boxes, correct?
Yes, 43.
Okay. Which is great. I mean, that's I didn't know what to expect out of this year. So we've got some really nice full boxes going. And through this, it has created an avenue for us to continue. Dollar General needed to stop for a period of time to collect for another organization. However, they have offered to collect for us again. So what we will do when they're ready to go back, we will collect for the homeless shelters and for the banks in the area, and we'll be delivering those items. So we can do that in collaboration with them. I'm doing pickups from Brad, and then we'll disperse the items to the various organizations around town. So it's become quite a partnership, which is great. And at this time, I would like to invite Karen to come up.
Hand all over my face. Cover everything up.
Okay, the presentation of a Paul Harris Fellow represents one of the highest honors in Rotary. It is named for our founder, Paul Harris, a Chicago lawyer who started Rotary with 3 business associates in 1905. Rotarian members earn this recognition through contributions of $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. A gift to the Rotary Foundation is a commitment to peace and to a better life for the people the giver may never meet. This is truly a selfless action. It is because of such gifts that the Rotary Foundation is able to carry out an array of programs that achieves potable water, increased shelter, improved international understanding, brighter hopes for peace, and of course, the eradication of polio. At this time, I would like to ask that all club members who are Paul Harris Fellows, please stand and be recognized, and those on Zoom, please wait.
Very still.
They're frozen.
Thank
They
you.
hear
You
us?
may be seated.
They can
Can you see it? Can you see if it's?
Are they frozen?
It looks like they're.
I don't know. if they can.
You guys were frozen for a period of time.
Okay, at this time, I would.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why don't we just allow the connections? All
can
right.
they hear us?
Yes.
Just a second, now I'll reconnect it.
I would. 5 pins today. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Alfred on this significant.
Up on one, huh?
You snuck up on. Had to be taken out. He didn't realize that he had gone to a Paul Harris +5. So,
Here we go.
okay.
Sit down there.
Picture. Wait.
Gotta do some.
I like your pen.
Thanks. I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Very
Thank
good.
you. And I'm You want the doctor's after?
Hang on, Trace, I'm trying to reconnect. Okay. No. Didn't go.
And Johnny. We need to take Tony's temperature.
It looks like we lost them. So I don't know if she's going to reconnect, but they're also going to do another Paul Harris to Jennifer Stanton as well.
Hey, oftentimes a Rotarian may choose to designate a Paul Harris Fellow to a community member or honor a member of their family. They may also choose to honor another Rotarian with this distinction to their dedication to Rotary and to others. I would ask that Jennifer Stanton come forward. Jennifer, President Deb Hegedus has recognized your passion for Rotary and your dedication to a better life for all people. Deb has chosen to honor you with your first Paul Harris Fellow. Congratulate Jennifer, our newest Paul Harris recipient. Once they finish. Did you, okay. No, I get it.
All right.
And they're Rotary
Funny little lights.
in Michigan. I already looked them up.
Good job, Jen.
It looks like her microphone got muted again.
Is it this room that's the problem that they're in?
Yes.
You gotta love technology.
Well, we look good though.
Absolutely.
That's what counts.
All right, I don't know if the video is gonna work in here, Trace,
Okay.
but we'll give it a shot.
I know they.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Zoom is not functioning. Try. If you can hear me, that's why she was behind.
That should put it up first. Right?
Yeah.
Right, Jen.
I don't know how this is gonna play, so. But we wanted to wish happy birthday Flamingo style.
Happy birthday! Thank you, honey.
Yeah, we did.
All right, hang on. All right. Thank you, Tracy. We got through most of it. We're still having internet issues here. So I had this, and I'll send out a link to this, if you guys aren't able to see the whole thing here. Apparently they can see when she does the video on her end. It doesn't really come through here because of the internet, but this is kind of the story. I'll share this. It's a little bit.
It was 5 years into the 20th century, and the city of the Big Shoulders was already an industrial giant and growing. Its people were a perfect example of the American melting pot, arriving from all corners of the world with a wide variety of skills and talents, but a common belief that hard work and better ideas made all things possible. In 1871, they had designed and built the world's first metal frame skyscraper. In 1900, innovative engineers actually reversed the flow of the Chicago River, while its factories, steel mills, and businesses of every description shipped their products around the globe. Against this bustling backdrop in 1905, Chicagoan Paul Harris had an idea that business and professional people could join together in fellowship and service to the community. What he didn't know was how quickly his idea, Rotary, would take root and spread throughout the world. Rotary One Chicago, the world's first service club, is proud to share with you the earliest and only film taken of Paul Harris and the Boys of 1905. It was shot in the 20s, rescued from the Rotary One archives, and restored by Rotarians. By the 1920s, Rotary was well established throughout North America, and Rotarians delighted, as they do today, in visiting the founding club, Rotary One Chicago. It was only natural that Scarsdale, New York Rotarian Charles Chick Sale, one of the most famous comic performers of the time, should head straight for the Chicago Club's headquarters in the Sherman Hotel. The Sherman House was one of Chicago's best-known hotels. It was the home of Rotary One for 61 years. And when it closed, Rotary One was the last to move its office from the famous hotel. Charles A. Schmidt was born in Neustadt, Germany, and became Assistant Secretary of the Rotary Club of Chicago in 1922. Schmidt served for the next 44 years, becoming a member in 1927 and secretary in 1947, a post he held until his retirement in 1966. The 1918 influenza epidemic forced the club to shut down for 3 weeks, resulting in the creation of the Rotary Roundtable tradition. Past President Herb Angster was also the first district governor. From the very early days of Rotary, social events offered many opportunities to meet not only fellow Rotarians, but their families as well. Regular weekly luncheons featured prominent speakers and entertainers, including the world-renowned John Philip Sousa and his band of 200 Blue Jackets. Early Rotarians enjoyed dinner and theater parties, athletic outings like golf, bowling, or tennis, and Chicago's weather permitting, good old-fashioned picnics in the park. Through world wars and other history-changing events, the boys of 1905 always found ways to focus on the positive and the good in mankind. Every event, from the ending of a war to the changing of a season, was an opportunity to promote fellowship. Every idea was worth hearing, and many of them are working just fine to this very day. Sam Gorsline was sales manager for American Can Company. Harris was an attorney, but his adventurous spirit saw him through many other experiences. After graduating from the University of Iowa Law School, he traveled for 5 years, working as a reporter, cowboy, teacher, orange picker, hay baler, marble salesman, actor, and worker on a cattle boat. In 1896, he began to practice law in Chicago, and 9 years later started Rotary. Jean Harris had come to Chicago in 1904 from Scotland with her parents, brothers, and sisters. She and Paul met one Saturday afternoon while hiking and were married 3 months later. Paul and Jean Harris were justly proud of their home in the Beverly Hills district on Chicago's South Side. Their home on a wooded hill was christened Comely Bank, after the name of the street where she was raised in Edinburgh. Early Rotarian Charles Schneider was president of the Charles Schneider Floral Company, and like many of the founding members, was approaching retirement age. But the boys of 1905 were confident in the foundation they had established and ready to entrust the...
Sorry, I lost connection. Did she turn us off? She didn't give me a stopping point. There was still 10 more minutes left of that video.
All I have to say is they were pretty darn excited to have that sale guy come to their house.
That's amazing video, isn't
All
it?
right.
What do you want me to do, Deb?
Okay, well, I apologize for those that missed that. I will send the link out so you guys can watch it at your convenience. But it really just kind of tells the old history story. It's just kind of interesting. But anyways, moving right along. So I thought today would also be a good time, and I guess last week also was a time that, you know, for President's Day and whatnot, that we would recognize some of our current members that have been the president of our Rotary Club. So we have 2000, 2003 was what, Scott? Thank you. 2007 to 8 was Barbie Arbor. 2011 to 12 was Valerie Wagner. But yes, I guess it's changed now. 2012 to 13 was JJ Hammond. 2013-14, Lori Emery. 2014-15 was Brad Alt. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you very much.
2015-16 was Brett White. Then we had to interrupt that with an overachiever of Alfred Curran being 16, 17, 17, 18. Thank you, Alfred.
I let you do it big. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. And 18, 19 was Karen Curran. And then last year, 19, 20 was Julia Mercer. So congratulations and thank you to all of those that have served in that capacity. It's not an easy thing to do. I can attest to that. But it's well worth it. So I sent out some games, some puzzles and stuff. They're up there on the table here. You guys have them. I sent you via email. So it's just something fun to do, to see, test your knowledge of Rotary. I know a couple of the girls have been over here working on them. So I just thought we'd have a little bit of fun doing that. We'll have the rest of the meeting will really be a formal meeting. We will do happy dollars if anybody has any. And I don't know, did you sell 50/50 this today?
We did, but we took most of the money and gave it away, so. We owe somebody $3, well, all I have is one.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna try to
Alright.
get that.
So if anybody wants to do happy dollars, we can do that. Check.
Well, that, yeah, everybody gave it.
I have check. I put it out to my employees to, the shoebox thing. That's what I said. I said, whatever we raise in the office, I'll double. And, they did, and I did, and I gave Debbie Saturday night. I'm
We
really
did.
happy and proud of that.
Yeah, very, very much appreciated. Blaze, do you want to share how much? Okay. It was for the mailings for the group.
Okay.
Because as we know, we pack the boxes, we still have a cost to ship them. And I know a couple people who packed boxes and donated to shipping, some people donated to shipping. So there was many different ways that you could be involved in that, and that's much appreciated and it will go a long ways. Thank you for that. Also, if you did not see, the newspaper, the article press, and very much appreciated, very nicely written. And we were at Foundations this morning to deliver their Josh Theater books. Very appreciative, kids were excited, and they also just received their second delivery of the first 3 years. So these kids are beyond happy to have these books and going home. So a great program, and we also were featured in the Englewood Review here, if you haven't seen it. And she said she will continue to share photos with us as they get their mailings and whatnot, and just, spread the joy that they have. And the parents are just ecstatic. One thing that I will say, when we were there talking about the Josh Theater program, Patty was not aware that there is an avenue for swim lessons. So I told her that we would share some of that information, and if they have children that have needs for. To do that. So we still have funds in the Josh Jotter account. We have a relationship with the YMCA to do this. So if you have people that are in need of swim lessons, we need to remember that piece. We're not just delivering books. We're trying to help save lives by actually doing. So I don't know how they're handling swim lessons at the moment, but we can find out and at least get them in touch with the right people. So that was all good news. We shared some news stories.
I think that was kind of your how impressed the teacher program. She said all the books are individually wrapped.
Really?
Yeah, and they're in bulk, but individually wrapped, so the kids can take a clean book home. And she said, and also there's, Deb mentioned this, there's stuff that goes to the parents too, so they understand, have a lot of them, right?
Sure.
Encourage their children,
These are books that the parents or somebody reads.
right?
And then the packet includes, now she had sent me sample packets. The packet includes a newsletter and some tips and tricks and some things for the parents, knowing that the parents aren't always the best educated either. Some of the lower income families, they're lacking a little bit. And sometimes they don't read to their children because they're ashamed or they feel bad because they can't perform at a level. So it gives them ideas on how they can help their kids. You know, it's a really neat program. So, Jen, did you buy a ticket?
They need to work on their video issue here. It's really bad this week.
Was it like that last week too?
Not this bad. I think we completely lost them. I don't even see them on the screen anymore. She moved the area, but I think what she's doing is just the 50-50, and she didn't really have anything else left on the agenda.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy, that's why I was wondering if maybe just a regular hotspot would be better than their Wi-Fi.
The problem where they're in that back room, and that back room butts up to that huge walk-in freezer and refrigerator. So I think that's where they're getting all the issues, because the signal's very weak. So they would need almost a booster. But the booster would have to come off of their either their own internet or somewhere closer to where they can get a better signal. Because Tony even says he only has a bar on his cell phone. He has hardly any service.
Well, maybe we could buy them a booster.
So, but I don't even know if the booster would work, because I don't know where the internet is sitting, because they're basically in the back of the restaurant, towards the back of the building.
So are they not in the same room that we were always in?
No, they're in the kitchen. They're in that back room behind the kitchen in the bar area.
It's
Oh, I
like
don't
this
remember.
little room that they're in right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I remember being there once.
Yeah, so it's just not a very good, it's not ideal for Zoom.
Right. All right, folks, well, I'm gonna hop off. Nice
Okay.
seeing everybody.
Yeah,
Hey,
me
bye.
too. Bye.
a good week. You know, they have these deals that you can plug in near your router. Just plug into an electrical socket and it extends the Wi-Fi area.
Yeah, I don't, the only thing is I don't know where it's at, because depending on, because I have one that I do for my outside, but it only goes to us, to a certain length. So we would have to find out where they're hosting.
Yeah.
Um,
I was having a problem with mine and I thought it was my Wi-Fi connection, but it turned out to be my router, which was occasionally kicking out. And so I replaced it and got rid of all those problems.
yeah, an outdated router could also be it too. So I don't know when they had updated everything. But I apologize for the meeting this week. It didn't go as planned as much, but I just want to thank you all for.
Not your fault.
Oh, I know, but I just want to thank you all for coming. I don't know if you guys end it with a 4-way test or not.
This is number 1.
Is it the truth?
Number 2.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Sure. Number 3.
Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
And number 4.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Good. There we go.
After
We wrapped
3,
up our own.
I remembered that.
We wrapped up our own. Good.
That was pretty cool seeing Paul Harris, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to see the whole thing.
He actually looked like his image. I always thought that'd be a real old Paul Harris, but apparently he looked that way when he was younger.
Very thin man.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next week.
All right. Everybody have a good week.
Yeah.
Bye, Walt. Bye, Ken.
See you, Tracy.
Brad, are you still there?
Yep.
Did you ever resolve anything about your pomegranate trees?
I was hoping to wait for some seeds from your quite profusive tree that you have, or a starter branch or two.
Mine doesn't have anything on it now. The little ones that were coming along all fell off. So.
Yeah, that's what happened to mine. Well, if you get some, save me some seeds or a branch that I can draw some roots from or something.
Okay,
But
maybe
mine hasn't done too well.
Maybe I can start one from a cutting. I'll see.
That'd be great. All right. Well, thanks.
All right. Have a good week.
Bye.
You guys have a good one.